So this is kind of taken on a story of its own, where even like mainstream news, talk about wrestling, kind of are shitting over the fact that Becky Lynch apologized, and even and Charlotte Flair was put in the main event now, and Becky suspended 60 days. Listen, and I'll continue this. People act like this isn't going to benefit Becky in the long run. I don't get why people are so worked up over this. It's part of the story, a story that makes sense. Vince should have suspended her for assaulting members of management. It would look silly had she gotten away with her actions. This is just part of the bigger picture. Another obstacle for her to get through, leading to capturing the title in the end. This isn't about protecting Rhonda. No. This is about management favoring Charlotte. It's about telling a sensible story. Charlotte included in this match makes perfect sense considering her history in all of this. Just be fans and enjoy the ride instead of trying to micromanage something that's that's out of your control. And remember, Ronda Rousey has only been wrestling for 9 months. Can she carry this type of a big match with Becky Lynch? Sometimes you're going to need some type of new burst of energy, and that's why Charlotte is there, the consummate pro, to kind of take the reins in case the match starts veering off to the left or to the right. Now, Flair's involvement, and but listen, from a personal standpoint, I feel one-on-one matches are so much more meaningful, especially when it's for a title, especially in the majority of the storylines. I feel like adding another talent maybe sometimes takes away from the heat steam. Maybe you could say they could have easily done Flair Asuka 2 here, and that would have been added even more to the Mania card, especially after last year's Instant Classic. Now, and I can't disagree with that when I say that, and I firmly believe that. Hopefully Asuka has something meaningful in place for her at Mania. I wouldn't lose sleep over another match with her and Charlotte had they gone down, that rabbit hole. Listen, the advice and the apology that was given to Becky was silly. It took away some steam from the core of her persona. However, they could have still done the spot with Vince without her having to apologize. And to be honest, if they were protecting Rhonda, then they wouldn't let her go out there with a live mic and stumble over her own words and let the crowd fluster her. They would pre-tape her promos backstage where she's in an environment that is more controlled and less distracting. This protect Rhonda scenario is nonsense to me that a lot of fans put out there. She's relatively new to this, and to exploit that inexperience and put the blame on her would be blasphemy. Kurt Angle did well for himself as a newcomer, but also had his fair share of mistakes too. People need to get off the hate train with Rhonda and exploit how well she's done so far because of her limited experience, rather than nitpick at her flaws as a rookie. What can I tell you? A lot of people say, adding Charlotte, how is this really protecting Rhonda? Can't make that assumption based on an opinion. Rhonda just being in the match with her mainstream appeal is helping women's wrestling in WWE, and most likely is the reason the girls will close that show, plain and simple. She doesn't need any kind of protection when it comes to losing, if that's what you're worried about. Fans know her history of losing in MMA, and that's something I'm sure WWE will build off of as time goes on with her in the company. But at the end of the day, the objective is to kind of make Becky, regardless who Becky pins in that match, which I believe will happen, she's a made girl on the same level as Charlotte and Rhonda. And to be honest, if Rhonda sticks around for one more match, I'd have Becky pin Charlotte and build off of that for a rematch with Lynch, Ronnie heading into the next pay-per-view. The singles match everyone wants to see. Can Becky beat Rhonda to retain the title? You know, Rhonda was never pinned or made to submit. Can Lynch prove all the doubters wrong? There's some intrigue in that scenario. Guys, let's relax. Let's take it easy with this whole Charlotte, Becky, Rhonda. Hope all is well.